bags where horror lies.
Hey, body bags. I wanted to review this movie I just checked out, or just rewatched again. This was one of my favorite movies, like way back when I was real young. It isn't necessarily a horror movie, but I think it does deserve to be reviewed on a channel like this because it is considered a genre film. It has a lot of aspects to it a lot of horror fans would like. But basically, this came out in 2000, and I think this was one of Eric Bana's first roles. He played the Hulk and stuff like that. But basically, the deal with this is based on a true guy, like one of the most dangerous criminals in Australia. His name was Eric Chopper Reed, and I think he's still living today. But he ended up writing a book while he was in prison, detailing all his crimes and all that. And the book was called How to Shoot Friends and Influence People. And I haven't read the book, but from what I hear, it was really crazy because he details in like vivid detail the murders he did and all that. But he like makes jokes about it and all that. But basically the movie starts off, he's like just a petty criminal or whatever, and he's not that good. But he's just a ruthless guy, but he has like heart too. Like he'll just shoot somebody, broad daylight in the middle of a parking lot with a sawed-off shotgun, like point blank range, and then drive them to the hospital right after. And there's just a lot of stuff like that. There's a lot of funny, awkward moments mixed in with the brutal violence. And there's a scene where, well, there's a lot of scenes where he'll end up going to prison, and that's where like a lot of the horror aspects will come in, because there's just a lot of brutal stuff. Like he ends up cutting someone's ear off and everything. There's just a lot of pretty brutal stuff in this, a lot of brutal injuries and all that. And like the back of it, I don't know if you're able to see it, but it cut off his ear and everything. But yeah, Eric Bana does a badass job in this movie. He looks badass. I don't know if you could see too well, but he's got tons of makeshift tattoos and just all kinds of guns. And he's actually really funny. Like he'll go up to people, like the cops, everything want to hear his story, and like fans, they all want to hear his story and all that. And he's just a funny dude, and he'll be like telling, he's just making jokes with people when he gets out and all that, but he just go around killing everybody, do all these drug deals and stuff. If you like crime movies, like obviously the classics like Goodfellas and Casino and stuff like that, you'll dig it. But even, I think if you liked Bronson with Tom Hardy, you'll really love this movie, because I really like Bronson, but I think this movie is head and shoulders above that. It's just, I liked Eric Bana's performance better. I can't recommend this enough. This was, like I said, one of my favorite movies when I was a kid. And this was before I was actually shopping online. This was back in the day when you could still buy most movies in a store. Like you could walk into a Best Buy, or you could walk into an FYE, and you could actually find what you were looking for on a store shelf. But now you got to pretty much buy everything online. But I remember I had heard about this. I think I had saw the book cover, and I thought the book cover looked badass, so I tried to track down the movie. And I remember I called Barnes and Noble. This had to have been like 10 years ago. I called Barnes and Noble and asked them to order the DVD, and they got it for me. And this is that DVD. But I think now it's out of print. I'm not really sure what's going on with it, but I think you could still find it cheap on like certain sites and all that, used or something. But it has an audio commentary by the actual criminal, Mark Chopper Reed. I said Eric Reed, my bad. It was Mark Chopper Reed. And it's a cool commentary just for the sole fact that you have the real guy who Eric Bana is portraying doing the commentary. And it is kind of twisted too, because like I said, he'll be making jokes about the crimes. He does not care about any of that at all. To him, it's just another story, you know what I mean? He doesn't really feel remorse or anything like that for any of the crimes that appears when you're listening to the commentary. And I kind of am really stoked at the balls that Image Entertainment has to put him on a commentary track. I really do like that. I feel like most companies would kind of shy away from that because you're glorifying what he's done and all that. So I think that's really badass on Image part. And audio commentary with director Andrew Dominic. And I know I've heard that director's name. I mean, if anybody knows any other movies he's done, comment below, and I'll check them out because I did really dig this movie a lot. Deleted Scenes, A Weekend with Chopper, and that's Eric Bana meets Mark Chopper Reed, and it's basically footage of because he spent a certain amount of time with Chopper Reed to kind of get his mannerisms and his accent and stuff like that down. But yeah, I can't recommend this movie enough. You know, it's brutal, it's gritty, it has a real grindhouse feel to it. You know, it's funny, it's actually heartwarming at times too, believe it or not. So yeah, definitely check out Chopper. Um, this may get a Blu-ray release someday. I hope it does. I don't hear anyone ever talk about this movie. I don't think I've ever heard anyone talk about this movie actually. So that's why I did want to show it some love because I did just check it out again. And more people need to see this movie. If you've seen it or whatever, comment below if you thought it was dope or what. But anyways, guys, peace.